Woo! 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 Full moon Aquarius! Woo! Sag! Wow! Fucking gnarly times. You know what I mean? Definitely not chill. You know? Definitely not.
Sag. Apparently my mic cut out for a portion of that. But what I was saying,
wow,
Libra,
that's been going down a lot.
Is that you're not, I know, I just put new batteries in too.
Are they energizers?
Well,
were they Duracells?
They were energizers. They're now Duracell.
That's been the problem.
I know.
I mean, we're not here trying to say that, you know, we're not being paid by Duracell, but
They're
as,
much better.
you know, owning a spiritual network and TV studios, Craig and I can tell you, I mean, I don't even know the thousands of videos we recorded, but Duracell. Don't ever buy Energizer. They're the crappiest batteries of all. It doesn't matter if they're the most extreme max. They suck.
What I was saying though is it starts with yourself, and if you continue to tell yourself lies that you're okay with a certain situation when you know for a fact you're not, you're going to get stuck in a spinning wheel of not fortune, but a spinning wheel of shit. And then when you try to get off, you're not going to be able to because you're going to continue telling these lies. And if you are working your way out of this, if you are being upfront and honest with yourself about what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want, then continue doing that. Continue making the progress. But it has to start somewhere, and it has to start with you saying, yes, this is what I like and this is what I don't like. This is what I'm going to go do, and then go and get it. Paraphrased.
Well, you have to go and get it all. Yeah. I mean, but you know what? Going back to the batteries, I mean, I know. Just talking about stupid stuff. It is freaking 2020. What else is there to talk about? Anything but what's being talked about in the news all day. Energizer Bunny seems like it just keeps going and going and going, but it's almost like, are you proving that in the wrong direction? And then it wears out energy faster. I almost feel like that whole Energizer Buzzy of like, just keep it going, it almost wears out the batteries too quick in the wrong direction, and then you have no energy left to go what you really need to do. It almost feels like, you know, I think what's the old, the copper top? It's just kind of like Duracell, the copper top, you know, like it's just kind of like, I'm crowning myself with the best that I am. And that's what it is. Instead of this whole, I'm going, and this, you know, those toys that just wind up in batteries and just go in one direction. Like, that's not a good thing to do.
The Kodak batteries are pretty good too.
Yeah. I mean, we've actually, well, I will still say, the Duracells and then the ProCell Duracells. Whew.
Yeah, those ones were the bomb.
You want to get me turned on? Give me a 24-pack of Duracells.
Double A's, baby, double A's.
double A's. You know what I mean? I'm not in AAA, by the way. You know what I mean?
We'll do the 1K after this Sagittarius right here.
5 years sober. Didn't go through AAA either or any of that stuff. I have AAA for my car. Nothing against people that are in AAA. I think it's a good thing.
I think it's just AA, just two.
Oh, that's right. I knew that, but then I was like, I got to roll with it. And then it was like, the Scorpio called me out. I was like, fuck. All right, let's see what's going on, Sag. The permit card upright. The wisdom. And I like this card. Look at this. Like, I like this hermit actually is moving. It's not like slow. Look at that wolf too. Woo! Some of those skulls, but it's almost like leaving the skulls and the wolves behind. And finally, look at that light that's at the, not just the light of the torch, but the light at the end of that weird forest. You've got all your info this week about relationships. Are you going to actually get out of the dark and into the light? Woo! Wisdom. Your shadow card is this me? Wow, this one hasn't come out for weeks. Your challenge is, am I really this person around this person? Or maybe it's like looking at that person and being like, is that really the person I'm with? You know? Or if you're single, like, am I really going after that person? This is who I am and I need to really see that? Or is this who I'm turning myself into? Am I not really following the wisdom? Am I not really going towards the light? And am I really going opposite direction? The overall that we got here is the Justice card. Wow. You got some big cards here. I would say that definitely, you know, it's about the divine justice that's in alignment with spirit and the angels. I love this depiction of this card, especially for the fact that you could see the angels are doing their work to align things in life. And that's divine justice. And there is this beautiful, is that a crow? No, I think that's an eagle. The golden eagle that sits above, right, of which is Scorpio, which is actually like the truth of the truth. Like, I would say that it's like the deep truth. It's not just the truth that you're not going to do anything it's the deep truth that's the injustice that you have to serve true justice and alignment that's from the angels, you know? Especially there's a little bit of demonic energy. I'm just going to be honest with you. Is this me? You might be around somebody that might be having a little bit of dark energy around them. I'm not going to lie. Let's see how you get through this. Jupiter Abundance, your own card. Being your real self. You're ruled by Jupiter. The abundance comes when you truly are yourself. And I'll be honest with you, I got something that there's a dark situation about the person that you're talking to or that you're in a relationship with or something that is coming up, and whether or not you're aligning with that and whether or not you're going to find your true abundance by being yourself and going in the direction that feels of the light and seeing how they react, or what are you going to do about this situation? Let's see. Hermit came up with the Five of Swords in reverse. You're not trying hard enough to go towards where you need to get out of. It's almost kind of like with that dark energy, and especially with the skulls and the wolf here, it's like, you got to go in another direction, especially because this full moon is in Aquarius. You need to start thinking again and start looking at the open doors. But that square to Uranus is, you're too afraid to try to change the reality. And I would say that the reality needs to be changed because you're not trying hard enough at all. You know, Five of Swords is definitely like somebody who's like not showing up enough and almost is nowhere to be found. And you're almost nowhere to be found with your wisdom and to escape to the truth of the knowledge that you know in your life. And there's definitely something a little dark here. I don't know why. It's almost like, I hate to get there, but you know, it's not Halloween or anything, but you know, it's a little exorcist like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I wouldn't be there hanging out with the priest, you know, in the bedroom with the green pea soup. Like, I would be out. But it's almost like you might want to watch it, and you might want to lay down in the bed next to her. Like, what? No! Like, get out of the room. Wow, you got the Emperor here with the Justice. I would say that there's two things to this. It's like, because this is the outcome, and of course, the spiritual advice, I would say that the spiritual advice is like, is the person that you're choosing truly empowered right now, and they're in balance and harmony and they're in alignment in their life, or are they not, and they're just falling, and somehow you know that you have to, there's I think a lot of sad situations right now where it's kind of like, is there this thing where it's like, is the person really of the true justice and the true power of the Emperor? Which the Emperor is very Aries, right? Very commanding, but knows its identity, but also it's not egotistical, believe it or not, in a negative way. It's not like ultra narcissistic. It's got minor narcissism, but that's like positive narcissism, to be in the space of, I am in command in a space that I know how to understand what the people want, and I'm good to the people, and I'm doing good deeds and good things, and I'm also not tripping out. Because one thing about the Emperor is it's not tripping out. It knows its value, it knows its security, and its identity, itself, and what it's doing, Sag. So I would say that your big question this week is, are you staying stuck in a situation with somebody who does not have power, or are you after somebody who doesn't have power and you're trying to almost like, I don't know, go against what you say and turning into a self that you don't want to turn into? And if something dark's been going on, or they're connected to some sort of energy that feels off and dark, you better pay attention. You got your Mercury and Pisces here, and you did get it 6th house. No, you did get 9th house. I mean, this is good, but you know, Mercury already is fall position in Pisces, and then you get it in the 9th house where Mercury's at detriment. So this is, your mind is definitely in a very lost place and doesn't know what to do. But that's the whole thing, is the only quest of being a Sag is to go on the quest itself into the unknown, into the fortunate doorways that open up you to new worlds, instead of staying behind. And I'm going to show one more time, Craig, just this place that's time to walk out of. The week of all weeks, especially, I will give a little astrology for Sag. This is the end of Venus and being in Gemini, and after the retrograde, and like I said, and with the North Node on Wednesday, and then it's going into Cancer, into your 8th house. Whew. Are you ready? You ready? Like the whole kind of 4 months of weirdness here, of kind of stagnation, because you've been sitting as like on the fence about it all and seeing it and thinking it was good, and then wait, no, is it not? It's not, it's not, it's not. Or maybe it's been building something up beautiful, new, that is, but you haven't been willing to see it yet. There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I'm glad that Emperor card got picked because, knowing who you are, knowing your identity, because I was picking up maybe that loss of identity. Instead of that Sag kind of, extruding that power, maybe you're kind of transforming yourself to fit a situation or to fit a relationship or to fit this way because you think that he's going to like you better that way or she's going to like you better instead of just being who you are. It's almost that you lost a piece of yourself trying to fit into a box, in which you should never do that, in which Sagittarius especially, you should not do that. You need to speak your truth. You need to tap into that power. You need to always lead by example of who you are and who you want, because that's going to radiate and that's going to bring in that actual love, that actual individual, and that power that you're searching for. But if you get lost within yourself trying to mirror individuals and mirror situations around you, it's just not gonna turn out too well for you. Not at all. Not one bit.
No, it never goes well when.
No.
I can't even rebuttal that. There's nothing to add on to that. I think that's the problem is sometimes Sagittarius can keep adding things on top. It's almost like having a cake and then the cake now is 24 stories of just do we need that many toppings on it now when we got the point? That's not a bad thing in life in other areas of expansion, like love. But when it's not love anymore and it's now adding on, it's a like I always like to say, it's a moldy piece of bread, and the next thing you know, how much butter and jelly and all the things that you can to put over it to hide the mold.
Yeah, because we all change a little bit, when we're in a relationship or we're trying to court an individual, of course, it's always good to evolve and to add new, interests into your life, but don't lose who you are. Don't lose that piece of yourself that made you the individual that you are today.
Yeah, and I would say that if you are not able to step into that right now, that's a problem, because this is the moment where there's been enough of 2020. There's been enough of what's been going on in astrology. This full moon square Uranus is everybody having to change their reality 100% about what's connective to the true self, and to, more importantly, to having a life that actually will take you to the abundance. That's really what you are as a Sag. But more importantly, with Uranus and Taurus, it is about the abundance comes to the day-to-day reality and what it looks like for you right now. Sixth house, I know it could be mundane. Maybe you're all like, ooh, this is mundane and it's keeping me somewhat in a nice position, but is it exciting? Is it invigorating, or has it just become monotonous?